So I think we'll go with that one. Let me move you aside because I'm really worried I'm going to break you down the line. Just place them right there, Falcon. Be really nice and careful. Treat it like you would treat a lady. Very careful. And by a lady, I am talking about your hand over here. Yo. Hey, sometimes you gotta take care of business yourself. That's all I could say. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to The Chemist. I'm your host, the Birdman Otis Falcon. This right here is a demo that we're checking out, first and foremost. One, which you could download for yourself. I will have a link in the description down below in case you want to download it and play with it yourself. And I definitely encourage you to do so because it's a free download for one. And there's a lot to do in this demo. This is actually a very considerable demo in terms of what the game is aiming to be. Now, if you're wondering, well, okay, cool, that's cool and everything. What is this about? Well, check it out. This is essentially what I would like to call maybe like a Breaking Bad simulator or basement in 3D. Now, mind you, you're not really dealing with narcotics here. Although, I would not be surprised if there's some sort of addition like that down the line. But here, what you're doing is you're a chemist, living out of your dungy, beat-out home, and what you're doing is you're taking up contracts from the internet. People that want you to make like a new lemonade, a new, I don't know, toothpaste or something like that, and you're ordering a bunch of chemicals in order to mix them in your home place. Make them, send them off, and make some money that way. What's really cool about this is that in the process of this, you also have to kind of keep your living arrangements up and running. You have to pay bills for the rent, for electricity, and stuff like that. So now physics will be very important in this game. Things are very easily breakable here. So check this out. Like for instance, I want to grab this bottle. Oh, it didn't break. Sometimes you just grab it, it instantly breaks, so it makes me think like you're like strongest dude of all time. Am I dreaming right now? Okay, well. There's bugs to be expected in this demo build, as you could probably imagine. That's not what's supposed to happen, but let me give you an example of... Okay, look, I swear to you guys that it breaks. It's a very thick bottle, so maybe, I don't know, sometimes you grab something that it breaks, and sometimes you gotta... Yeah, you're damn right, that one finally broke. So let's actually start off over here and stop messing around. Let's pick up a contract to start off with over here. We have kitchen cleaners, we have the fabric softener, Coke, depilatory cream. I'm not even sure what that... Oh, it's for the hair. Dirty, cheap cosmetics. Now, everything on the side is going to be that's kind of like what they expect this cream to hold in the final product that you're going to be mixing over here. Now, let's start off with something easy so I can kind of explain it a lot easier for you. Normally, something with about like 2 mixtures is a lot easier than 3. But it does seem like everything over here is giving me 3s. Now let me refresh contracts. I would like to get something very simple to start off with here. Fruit soda seems fairly easy to me. So we have the Overdose Munchies Incorporated saying, as the name suggests, it's just a fruit and soda. The biggest difference is that we want to produce it with real fruit juice, not artificial flavor. We're looking for experienced people who can make research and development for us. So for this contract, we will get 337. If we fail it, we're going to have to pay them 50. DNRs. I'm not sure what the hell that even means, but apparently that's the currency in this world that I live in. By the way, I really found it interesting too that I live in a very urban type of apartment that's really broken down, but if you look outside, I'm like out in the wilderness, so I'm not entirely sure how this works out. It's kind of a little bit alarming, to be honest with you. Egg crate, get out of here. This will be my mixing machine. We'll cover this here pretty soon. But for now, we do have a contract. Let's go over here and pin my contract so I know exactly what I'm looking for. So, fruit soda, we're going for taste at about 38.5 to 79%, and we're looking at around 5 to 34 when it comes to smell. So we're going to be mixing stuff in order to get around that sort of, somewhere in between that, right, to sell it and get our money's worth. So the first thing we're looking for right now is going to be taste. So let's go over here by sort by taste, I would say, and here, this is where you order your chemicals. And we'll do descending. So at the moment, we're looking at 38.5 to 79. Now, for instance, if I pick this up here at 60%, it'll be fine because it meets the quota, right? It's between 38 and 79. But once you mix it with something else, it might drop the amount of flavor. So mixing is going to be very important in this game, so you got to be really careful the quantity you actually mix. You could spill stuff, you could break stuff, so it's a very, as I mentioned, careful game when it comes to the physics as well. Everything you're going to be doing is going to be really physics-based, so you got to be really careful with how you're mixing stuff here. So over here, and also the price. Remember how I mentioned about we have to worry about our rent and stuff like that? So for instance, this right here will cost me $675. Now mind you, when you order something, you don't have to use everything that you ordered on that one product. You could save it for a future chemical mix down the line. And you could also sell the leftovers as well. But it's going to be very important for you to keep an eye on what you're spending on. So here, this will give us ginger flavor. Now, this is not a bad thing, for instance, but sometimes the chemical or the contract will ask you for a certain type of, let's call it a trait. This chemical, or at least this contract on the left, is not asking us for a trait, so I think we could use whatever we want and we'll be fine. So ginger at 230 sounds very cheap, and it does meet our taste requirements. So I'm going to go ahead and order some ginger for us and confirm the purchase. It'll show up over here. It just shows up, you know, it's amazing. Now let me pick you up and let me move you over here. As I mentioned, be really careful about placing stuff, because if you drop it from a distance or you smash it against something, it could easily break and blow up on you, and that's going to be a lot of waste of money. So I think we have the taste under control. Now we're looking for smell. So let's go over here and sort by smell. So we're looking at 5 to 34 and something not too expensive. This would be orchid root, 350. It's not too bad. Oh, we have oyster. Oh, cool. We're going to sell a fruit soda with a ginger and shellfish taste. I somehow don't see that going over too well. But you know what? Let's live a little bit here, huh? Ginger and oyster tasting fruit soda. You wanted something natural, you guys said. Well, it doesn't get any more natural than this. And now we need something to mix that stuff with, so let's go ahead and... No. Buy an empty flask. There you go. Okay, so... gotta be really careful now. It all comes down to physics. Place this down over here. It's really all science, Jesse, okay? So let's go with ginger root to start off with. And this should be fine. Let's go ahead and pour. How much do we want to go with? I would say maybe like, I think we could probably go to an even 100 each and we'd be fine. And they both cost relatively cheap, so it doesn't really worry me too much about, like, you know, one or the other. So I think we'll go with that one. Let me move you aside because I'm really worried that I'm going to break you down the line. Just place them right there, Falcon. Be really nice and careful. Treat it like you would treat a lady. Very careful. And by a lady, I am talking about your hand over here. Yo. Sometimes you gotta take care of business yourself. That's all I could say. Okay, 200. So that's filled up. By the way, you gotta have it at 200. You can't do, like, you know, a mixture of like only 180 milliliters. It's gotta be 200 every time. So now we'll grab this and we'll scan it and we'll find out if we did a good job here or not. So we'll place you down. Remember, we're going for 38.5 and 534. Does it meet the requirement? It's at 48, which meets the taste. And then smell, 5 to 34. It's at 22. It meets it perfect. Now, again, as I mentioned, these will be trades that some contracts will ask for. Luckily here, they're not asking for it, so I don't think they'll freak out too much about the ginger and shellfish taste, although I could be wrong. And they could just be like, you know what, I don't really appreciate my fruit soda tasting like, you know, it came out of like the sea or something, so we'll find out. So now we'll grab this over here, and be very careful. Here's where things could go really terrible, and they've gone terrible for me, where I just basically push this up against the mixer, and then it blows up, and we have an issue. I believe I used the scroll mouse button. I could kind of slowly place it. Okay, and you can spill stuff too, so you got to be careful about setting it down, not at an awkward angle. So with this done, we use our mixer. Now the mixer's very intriguing. The mixer can actually overheat, and it overheats. You got to turn it off and on, otherwise it will blow everything up, and I don't know, it'll cause like a black hole in the universe, and life as you know it will cease to exist, and we don't want that happening. Or maybe we do, I don't know. It'd probably be a really cool little adventure when you think about it too. Like, what would happen if we jump into a black hole? I'm pretty sure it'll just kind of shred you to pieces, but hey, you know, I'm not really a smart dude, so I'm only here just mixing chemicals in the machine that I got on eBay or something. Okay, here we go. So we got this. Perfect. Don't drop it, Falcon. Gotta hold on to my left mouse clicker the entire time, so I'm gonna place it right there. So I could sell this, or be careful when you're doing this, by the way, because you put it on sale, you'll sell it on the market, but we have a contract. By the way, our contracts do have timers. You see that over there clicking down the entire time. It's been counting down, so we got to make sure we get that beforehand, otherwise we fail. So I think we have a good product here. Let me send fruit soda. We will submit, and it gets packaged up nice and proper for us. What the hell is this paper? Yeah, get out of here. I love how you can interact with everything in this game. You, eggs, get out of here, okay? I'll scramble your eggs right now. Get on out of here. I love that. Okay, so now let's go and deposit this, and hopefully we did a good job. And if we do a good job, we'll get some money, and we'll get some prestige as well. And the more prestige we get, I guess the better the contracts show up and stuff like that, so we'll see. So let's pop this open, and we're going over to my post office. Again, I'm living out in the wilderness. I'm not entirely sure how this works out, but here's my post. Let's push it off over here. Good job! We got 169 giggity prestige, and we got the money. So there you go, that's done. As you can see right now, I am halfway awake. You know, I'm getting a bit tired. I can take a nap, and I probably will, because since we have no active contract, I'm not worried too much about time. Although we do have rent. Speaking of rent, We got to pay rent in 20 minutes and housing utilities in 20 minutes. This is all running in real time, mind you. So it's going to be like 20 real time minutes for us. And we could also pick up loans in case we can't hold up our end of the bargain here. So I am going to go ahead and, oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Get out of here. I don't, no, I don't want to autosave. Oh, I've done something. All right, let me save and reload. I think I've done something really terrible here. Okay, hold on, we'll be right back. Let's see if we can fix this. Well, I got good news for us. I actually did not restart. I just went back to the main menu and I gave it one more shot for the continue, and this time I showed up and the thing's gone, so it's perfectly fine. Alrighty, we haven't lost progress. Cool. Oh yeah, well, I'll show you something before we log off. Downstairs, there is going to be a trash bin. If you want to have a nice and clean environment, you can actually take all this garbage and like toss it in a garbage can over there, and you can clean up your area too. So it does give you that little sim aspect where if you want to have a nice little environment, you can actually make it nice. I guess eventually you'll probably even buy some like furniture. That'd be a very cool addition. Anyway, right now let's come over here and do another one, and let's try something with like 3 mixtures this time to show you how crazy it can indeed get. Let's see. What do you guys want to try? I'm gonna try some, that's 4. That's gonna be a bit too much for me at the moment. See, that one requires foam. I am going to do this one because it requires a trade. So, what is that? Bubble bat. Yeah. I'm down with the bubble bats, man. When I was a little kid, I used to take bubble bats all the time. It was fun time, you know? Nowadays, I just jump in the shower and get in there, out of there as soon as possible. Life is not as fun as when I'm a grown up. And when I was a kid, things were cool. Alright, so, I see that my flask is missing, so let me get another flask over here. There it is. Now, we still have the oyster and the ginger root left over. We could probably even use this for this mixture. It'd be kind of weird to have a bubble bath with an oyster type of smell. Although one could make the argument it'd be like more of a sea life experience, so there is that too. Okay, now you get out of my menu. So we're looking for foam. We're looking at, I'm not sure what the first one is. What is that? Determines the capability or tendency to cause corrosion. Oh, yeah, we might not want to cause corrosion to people's skin when they're in the bubble bath, right? So we're looking for 0 to 13.5 on that one. So let's do that one first here. Actually, no. Let's find out which one gives me the foam trade. Oh, no. Come over here and search for foam. And here we go. So all 3 of these over here give me foam, and we're going to need this for our formula. So this is going to be 32 taste and 38 smell. Are we looking for smell? Yeah, as a matter of fact, this one might be very good for the smell. Taste, not really have to worry too much about. What about you? This is cheaper. It gives us foam, and it gives us corrosion at a very 8%. That actually works out pretty good. A colorless, odorless, wax-like saturated fatty acid occurring in natural animal and vegetable fats. I think we could use that one. Yeah, oh no, I don't think we want to use a chemical cleaner. That sounds terrible. This will be 8%, and it gives me the foam. Let's go with the stearic acid. Okay, so that's done. Now, we're looking for density at about 18 to 65. So let's switch this over to density now. And remember to remove foam from here. I love the fact that you can also search for stuff because it makes it a lot easier for you too. So density is going to be 18 of 5 is what we're looking for here. So that's way too much. So 18 or to 65, I should say. So this is fine, but the problem is it also adds a bit more corrosion to our formula, which could be a problem with the other one we already have. So this will be at least 0.5. Is there one that probably gives me smell at 13? Because if so, we could kind of like knock... I did not mean to buy that. I'm not sure. I just had like a twitch. My body twitched and I double clicked for no reason whatsoever. Okay, we're not looking to add corrosive fluids into that into that vat wash, I assure you. I don't know what happened. I literally had a body twitch and I double clicked. It was so weird. Oh god, I worry about my limbs sometimes. They just work on their own. Okay, so going back to this though, density and smell. We could actually, no, chlorinated water would only be 10. Plus the density is way too low, yeah. Okay, so we're looking at, not you. I was hoping that we could kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, but it does not seem possible. So what about yeast? 10% and 40, 20, and 52. Hey, this works. Of course, we are putting a bark chemical reaction retarder into our bubble bath, but it does give us the smell that we're looking for, and it gives us density, and the corrosiveness is only 1.1, which should not affect the other one. So you know what? I think this works out. We'll buy that one. Let's not use the sulfuric acid, though, okay? Not that one. So we're looking for stearic acid. and that one. So let's bring my empty flask over here. Okay. Now, what's the mixture that we're looking for? Perhaps another 100 could kind of work. Maybe. We'll see how it plays out. So let's do... Actually, you know what? We'll do something like an 80-120 split. Because I don't want this to be too corrosive as we talked about. Oh, but we also need to have enough foam. I think 80 should be enough to give me the foam trade. There, 86, I guess it'll have to do. You hang out there, be very careful. And now we'll add the chemical retarder. And... okay. Gotta be up to 200 regardless, so there you go. That's that. Let's see if this works out. It's gotta have the foam trait too, remember that. So this gives us foam, and it gives us 34 density. Bingo. 407 corrosive, yeah. Bingo. And 11.4 smell. Oh, we're missing more smell. We're missing like 2 point something when it comes to the smell. Now, what that means to me is that technically speaking, we need to add more of the bark, just a little bit more in comparison to the foam. So here is what I like to get another empty flask. And again, as I mentioned, you gotta be really careful with everything over here. And then what we'll do, oh, we got the moon out and everything too. Let me pour like, I don't know, 30 away. And let's see if this will get, no, not the stearic acid. We're looking for the, oh, don't break it. Apparently I'm ordering these utilities from China or something. No offense, Chinese viewers out there. I'm just saying that, technically speaking, the popular stereotype is that, you know, stuff made in China is a bit more cheaper quality than something else. So, you know, because it's cheaper, you know, it's cheaper labor. So people taking advantage of that. 12.69 giggity, but we're looking at 13.5. So we still need a bit more. Oh, God. A bit more. So let's go maybe down to like that. And this should hopefully do it. Now, I hope we have not retracted everything else that we do need. So let's see if we're still fine here. Little spillage action there. This is not the proper work environment for me, but that's okay. Place it down. 13.57. Oh, baby, that works out so good. Okay, so we're good to go. Now, don't break it, Falcon. Don't break it. Don't break it. Okay, now, oh God, there's a box in the way of the mixture. Okay, be very careful. Okay, there you go. You be very nice. Don't move too fast. Close this up. Aha. Get out of here, Bach. Okay, you're ruining my groove. You're making me kind of really antsy, and I don't like being antsy. So this should work out fine. We have the foam trait still. Do we have the foam trait still? Oh man, I forgot if we... There's a possibility we might have been able to remove the foam based on all the retarder that we drafted in there, but I hope that's not the case. And I'm glad you're not overheating on me today as well. Okay, so let's grab... Okay. Let's zoom it in towards me. Yeah, that's safer. Okay, we're fine. And you place it very nice and gentle there. Very nice and gentle. There it is. Bubble bad. Submit that bad boy. Ahaha. Now we drop this off, and let's find out if we got this correct. Now, we got everything right in terms of the numbers, but did we get the trade? Did I erase the trade by adding too much? We got it! Haha, more prestige and more money. Perfect. And as I've mentioned, with all the leftover stuff now, what's kind of cool, you could actually rename these vases as well. You gotta bring them up to the scanner if I'm right. Like over here, for instance. And... oh, this is new to me. News regarding your bubble bat formula. My dreams came true. Badman666 says, I always wanted a sparkling scene in the movies. If you want to join me in this wet, slippery, and hazy scene, just PM me. Oh, no, Badman, no. I don't want to join you in a bubble bat, okay? I'll pass. But we got prestige because our people are actually really enjoying our bubble bat. It was so good that people are sending me very creepy PMs. That's so weird. Over here, you could actually rename them by clicking over this, or over here, actually. You could rename it to whatever formula you've added. You could actually give them like funny names, like, I don't know. I'll go with old Giggity 69 formula right there. And there, what do you mean 69 ass? It's not even like a complete ass. That's weird. Anyway. Oh, you know what? Because I moved with ANS to move away. I see. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here because you guys get the gist of it. It's a really fun game. The contracts are really cool. And that just happened right now, that little event, That's new to me too, so I wonder there's more stuff like that hidden in the game too, which is pretty cool. So before we do wrap up, I would like to show you how to drink coffee. So, and I also want to show you break stuff down like this, huh? You know what? I should probably not have done that because this is a really good save file. I might want to continue playing. Wait a minute. Let's do a save here really quickly because I'm actually really enjoying this run I got going on here. Oh man, I just spent a lot of money on those things too. But anyway, oh, you're broken completely. Are you broken? No, you're empty though. Perfect. This is how you get coffee, by the way. It costs money, but oh dear God Almighty, don't do that. You gotta put a flask. I'm not joking around. You gotta use a flask. You see how sensitive these flasks are? Look, I just barely tapped. Get out of here. Look what you've done. Let me get another flask here. I want to show you guys about the coffee here. So if you don't want to sleep to spend time or move time forward, because you're in a budget or something like that, you can bring this down over here and use an empty flask. And okay. Just be very careful this time. Okay. There it is. And now we hit the little coffee button. It does cost you money, as you can see. So this will be like a quick fix. Like if you are on a deadline trying to meet a contract and you don't have enough time to sleep and your dude's really tired. When you're tired, by the way, you start like shaking around, like moving and being all wobbly, so it's really hard to mix stuff. And the coffee. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You missed? Oh no, it wasn't on the right spot. Okay. Now the thing is, I want to show you how you ingest the coffee, because you're thinking, well, obviously, Falcon, it seems really weird, but yes, you're gonna drink the coffee out of the flask. Oh no, my friends, you don't drink the coffee. No, you do something else with the coffee. Wouldn't you like to know what you do with that coffee? There it is. That's inside. Let's make sure that I don't smash something on the way out. Okay, so here it is. So this coffee right here, you can't really see it. You can kind of see it a little bit. But you don't drink it. Instead, what you do is you pour it all over your body. Look at my awake meter, and now check it out. I poured the coffee on me, and apparently I just chugged it or something. I don't know. And there it is. So that's how you drink the coffee. Get out of here, flask. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a Chemist. If you want to see a bit more, you let me know in the comments. You let me know by leaving a thumbs up. We might cover it. Because this is a fun game. Oh yeah, and down below there's a garbage can, which I told you about. You get rid of all this stuff here. Get out of here. I'm gonna go to sleep now. I will catch you guys next time.